Good afternoon, folks. We are here on Park Campus, live in front of our brand new and improved media school with me, Connor, a sports student, so I'm a little out of my depth here. Thankfully, we have veteran ambassador Zosi and my new friend, Chris. There we go, like that. And these guys are going to help us out a lot by showing us what the media school has to offer. I want to learn a lot, you're going to learn a lot. If you're watching, please ask any questions you have, especially regarding media. I'll let these guys introduce themselves as well.
I'm Zosi, and I studied animation.
I'm Chris, and I studied TV production.
Right, let's go have a look.
There we go.
So,
Let's go in here first.
the new studio. Chris,
Hello. This is specifically for journalism students. So, although TV have their own studio, this is specifically for journalism. They get to do all their own damn little stuff in here, use it whenever they like.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh, cool.
You need to come. Oh.
So yeah, you got their own little gallery in there to view into it.
Oh, cool. So is this where they control?
That's where they control everything that happens in here.
Producers, directors.
Yeah,
things
lighting, all the sound,
Nice.
and you can even talk to the people on the cameras and say what to do.
So this looks, Chris, quite a lot like a newsroom where
like
it
a
would
breakfast
actually be
type show, like BBC News sort of thing.
a perfect place to do a talk about TV.
A lovely red couch.
A lovely red couch,
Yeah.
synonymous with the British news.
The British News, yeah. Right.
The equipment is industry standard, if I'm correct.
Exactly,
So-
all up to the standard of BBC and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
So what you'll be learning here, you'll be able to go straight out of university and work straight away.
A seamless
Fantastic.
transition.
Seamless transition.
Also, we are in a terrible shot of the company.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
it's-
the
Wait, which oh, it's that one. Hello.
nice.
Yeah.
Camera one, camera. So they would have like a piece in their ear, and then
And
the people in the gallery would be
Go
like,
right. Make sure
camera
to
two,
cover this. You've got 10 seconds.
camera two,
Yes.
camera three. Nice. See?
So it is like a proper
And just
media
like the
production.
presenter, they can see what their shot looks like.
Wow, I had no idea this existed.
Yeah, so they can be like, I don't look very good right now. I need to change this up. Maybe swivel the
Oh
hips.
yeah, swivel.
King of the swivel. You can tell he studies it, you know? He really knows.
Oh, I'm not a journalism student. I wish. Perfect presenter.
It's so hard. So ever since becoming an ambassador, you obviously have to learn a lot about other courses, and you get to see all the other facilities, and also just working with other students as well. So when I was a student here, you get to collaborate a lot with other students on other courses, and it always makes you think like, oh, I want to do the journalism course, but I want to do the TV course as well. And we are here.
So this is my pride and joy.
Here
we go.
This is the TV studio.
This is why he's here.
Come on in.
You see the size of
Oh,
this?
wow.
The size of this place. I came here first year. This was half the size, and then they knew we were an up and coming course and we needed great things. They knocked down the wall and made it twice the size. Say, look at all this. We have a special new light grid LED, so you don't burn your fingers every time you move them up and down.
Amazing. So as an animation student, obviously, I wouldn't have been using this room regularly, but I have been in here and I have helped other students with on their projects. TV production students have built sets in here for their projects that I've helped them out with, costume and things like that. So, like I said, a lot of cross collaboration between courses.
Right, we do students all the time. Journalism students to be presenters, we do animation students to make graphics and all that kind of jazz. Fashion design students make costumes for our third year projects.
Synergy.
Exactly, synergy.
What's really cool to see actually is studying at a course, again, which is equally well equipped for its purpose, is you don't realise this kind of stuff exists. And if we talk about reasons why you should have been here today, this is one of them. Things like this exist. If you're interested in media and that kind of thing, I assume you know this stuff exists, but come and see it for real. This is a learning curve for me. This is absolutely fantastic to walk around and having loads of fun.
Yeah, if you come in here on open day, you can play around with the cameras.
Yes.
Stuff like, if you were in here earlier, there'd be couches set up and stuff like that, and you can have your own little game show with all your friends that you come on the open day with.
Yeah.
So where's next then? Where are we off to?
Ooh.
Shall we show them the gallery?
Should we go straight to the gallery? Connects the studio.
Wow.
So
Look
I
at
can show
this.
you some of the editing suites just on the way past. So there's lots of editing suites like this, where you can close the door, you can have privacy, so your whole team can go in spaces like this, and edit your film.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
We're going to voiceover booth first.
Oh,
Cover the whole of the
hell yeah.
downstairs.
Wow. Okay.
So
No,
like the
editing
more group
suites.
editing suites.
Yes.
Editing suites. Oh, people editing in the editing suite.
This is my way you might want to record over things.
Double door.
Oh, it's dark.
So this is a space that is, it's new, but it would have been amazing for animation. I'm really, really jealous that all my animation friends are going to be able to use this, the friends that are in second year and first year.
So by voiceover, are we any voiceover ever? Or what kind of things is a voiceover? Is it like putting on a Scottish accent because you're going to be Shrek? Because I think if the Shrek comes out again, I'd like to do that. Just saying.
There it is.
So there's students over
There it
anything.
is.
Yeah, you can put it over some ADR work and stuff like that. I know we have some special dubbing theatre stuff, which
Yeah.
you might have seen in the last Instagram post.
Yes, and we're going to look at that in a bit. But yeah, this is amazing. And I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but there's like absolutely no echo. It's so like
I could drop
crisp.
a needle, or what is it? Is it a needle in
Well.
a haystack? No, that's where you find it. Something.
Totally
that's
different.
totally different metaphor.
wow.
Wow.
That was
Just
amazing.
something, wasn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So these are spaces that you can book out as well. So as students, we encourage. Well, yeah, you're encouraged as a student to book out the spaces. You don't have to just do it during lecture times. If you've got your own projects on the go, you can book out these spaces and use them.
See, right in the heart of the whole media centre, there's actually a real radio studio. It looks like just a giant pillar, but there's doors on either side for little radio shows to go on. So like Tone Radio might do their things in here, which is one of our well-known societies and so on.
Tone Radio is really worth saying actually. So you can be on any course, and it doesn't even have to be a media course, and you can join the Tone Radio Society. So you're able to come here and you're able to produce your own like little radio show. So I had a friend in that was on a teaching course, so completely different campus, but he ran his own little segment on Tone Radio, and he had his own, I think it was just a half-hour slot where he was able to play his music, have questions, really professional as well.
People pitch their own ideas for their own hour shows, like how
I
people
know,
do film
right?
review sort of sections and stuff like that.
That's
You
something
can just
really
do it on
cool.
your own, have one friend just in here controlling you in there while you're speaking.
I mean, this is the wonderful thing about the university, and that's a really good point, is that you can study anything at the university and engage in any club or any society. And we've got loads of students who study on different campuses who engage in sport and a lot of sports stalls. You can be involved in anything, and it's a great avenue to meet new people. So when you study here at media school, you meet a lot of media students, but you can meet anybody and you can do anything, which is great.
Can we have your card?
We brought Chris because Chris has the power.
Ah, the green light.
There we go.
We just want to show you some more of the lab space. Is anyone in there at the moment?
No, there's no
There we go.
Ooh, so this is another one of our new spaces. As you can see, this is ridiculously amazing and ridiculously cool.
I wouldn't know what any single one of these buttons does.
I had a few modules, one module each year that was to do with sound. But yeah, I'm with you on this. I wouldn't know where to begin with something like this.
See, I live with 2 music students. I should really get them to let me have a play sometime.
Can you see this?
Amazing,
So
amazing.
they get to practice in there while someone else is controlling here. I
So,
know,
yeah, so
they come here like
in
at
the-
11 at night, and their band practices what they need to do for their modules and stuff.
It is really cool. So if you're a musician, I can just imagine this is absolutely a dream. Amazing. I love the sparkly red drum kit as well.
I
So
know,
yeah,
it's
this is,
quite damn
again, as I said, industry standard. Everything, especially spaces just like this. We've just kitted this this stuff out. It's all up-to-date industry standard stuff. So yeah, that looks incredibly complicated. Is that Logic? I think that's Logic.
Logic Pro, is that a sound?
Yes.
Yes.
Pro
Let's
Tools
see.
as well.
Logic
Pro
Pro,
Tools.
a very
Pro Tools.
popular
Pro
sound
Tools.
editing tool that we use here, and I'm very familiar with.
I like the green lighting as well. It kind of looks like Doctor Who.
There's many more rooms just like this all the way down there. There's
Wow.
not just one. There's about 3.
Do you reckon we should go to see how long have we got? Should we go to see the other spaces up there, or should we go see the gallery? What do you think?
Go to the gallery.
Yeah, do gallery.
Go straight there, if you can walk through the entire building.
So you two both study with have studied, but do study within the media school.
Yes.
Okay. Favourite thing about the media school that you tell someone like me who is a complete outsider to any media?
Is that I can come here whenever I want, 7 days a week, 11 up to 11 at night, and just basically use any room I want.
Awesome.
So I tell the technician, yo, no one's in the studio this evening, are they? And then they say no, and I go, well, we're going to practice shooting something that we might want to cover in our next semester. So we can just get a group of TV students, like 10 of us, and then we'll go to the TV studio, just make a quick show in the evening, because why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Whilst you have the facilities, do it. Just use them. Because as soon as I recently graduated, and I've only just started to really think like, I had access to that. I had access to that software. I had access to that room. And I really want to use it now. Now I'm working my animation. I'm like, I want a really good crisp recording. And now that's stuff that I have to invest in. Whereas, you know, when you're at uni for 3 years, you have access to this stuff. So definitely use it.
So this is probably 50% of what the studio is downstairs, but this is the heart of everything. So some could say, what's downstairs is just space, but up here you can control everything. You can exactly the heart. You can talk to everyone downstairs, make sure the on-air lights are on, director and producer will start with associates, and then you can control the cameras from here as well. So if you notice a camera is out of exposure, you can do that straight from up here. There's no need to run downstairs and do anything.
So the brain of any operation here.
Exactly. There's no need to leave this room at all.
So
Just
if I was
speak on the
to
microphone.
be live on camera downstairs and I was to swear, would you shout at me from this room?
I would shout at you straight from this microphone. I'd be like, Connor, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I know that there was a lecturer in here earlier and he was saying how all these different posts, so director, producer, camera, sound, they really, especially in the first year, they really work on rotation. So everyone can try out different posts. You might have in your head that you want to be a director, but actually you get to it and you start, really, really getting involved in camera and loving camera work. It just gives you the opportunity to see what you're good at, because you don't know until you try it. So
all 3 years you develop. It's all about trying in the first year, narrowing down in the second year and third year. It's kind of like, this is what I want to do. This is what you make your projects around.
The process of a degree, right? So to you, I've got another question. To you two, I've got another question. Did you guys know rooms like this existed before you came here? Or did you come here and you saw rooms you never knew were even rooms?
I mean, I was on TV, so I saw this all the time. But that radio station downstairs, I never actually knew that was in there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a big pillar.
So when I was looking around universities, obviously that's one of the things that you've got to take into account. So you're looking for, I can see the bins. Yeah. I'm not going to make the same mistake. You can see, it's important to talk to lecturers. It's important to talk to other students to get a feel for what it's really like. But as well, you do have to look at the facilities and get a feeling for what it's like. So
we were saying about those edit suites downstairs. Every single room you've walked past just now, every single one is an editing suite, a colour grading suite, all for the use of all the students.
Yeah.
So you can come in here 7 in the morning till 11 at night, do your work.
And am I right that you can book these spaces out? Are these ones you can book out?
Always, you can book them out online. Or if they're free, you can come in.
So there's a big Apple Mac in every one of these rooms?
There's a big Apple Mac in every single one of those rooms.
I remember I think I've used this one in the past.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah,
It's a nice little cozy one. Like a one person.
It's super cozy, so you can sort of make it your own. Have a little maple rhubarb tea.
So what are these on the wall then, Chris?
These are.
I'm always interested on the corridors and stuff on the walls.
Yeah, so we've got actual outside work from other people's students in universities and stuff, but also our own work. So we like to showcase our own work all over the place. Fantastic. I think one thing that's actually showing today is there is a recent graduate who's doing the first ever fully live stream filmed in Europe, and she's a drama student, and she's actually acted in that today, and it's been live streamed to cinemas.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
So after you finish being tuned in here, go there.
See if there's tickets tonight. I think it's like around 7 o'clock or something like that.
Also, and in terms of engagement, fire away some questions, folks, if you're watching. Anything you want to know, doesn't have to be media-based. Anything you've got brewing away, please ask.
So these are more collaborative areas to use for Max.
Great.
So all those
I know
personal suites.
The journalism students and magazine journalism students use these areas, isn't them?
Yep.
Correct, yeah, I think that's what Anne said this morning. So, really bright area, really light and airy. And you can see the beautiful...
Yeah, the ping pong table.
Beautiful park.
Watch the world.
Watch the tournaments.
Brilliant.
To me, because I'm great at ping pong.
Are you a ping pong player?
Of course I am. I'm not really. I went to the society twice in my first year, and I was too good. I just had to leave.
Spoken like a modest man.
Whilst we're walking through, did you join any societies?
I've not joined a society from first year, but I know this year people on my course, both third years and second year originally.
Really?
But now, because we wanted something along those sort of lines, they've started that one up.
Joining a society when you come to university, because it's a perfect opportunity to meet other people as well as obviously do the thing that you're joining, so table tennis or whatever it might be, but to meet more people. So if you're worried about making friends, meeting new people, joining a society is a really good way to do it.
I was thinking there were 3 big avenues of meeting people: who you live with, First year you might live in halls, which is a great way of putting yourself there, who you study with, and who you engage with in terms of sports and society. So those three things engage in heavily.
Or if you're working as ambassador.
Or if you're working as
those people make
ambassador.
great friends.
I mean,
as
do
well.
that, yeah, there we go. As we all walk away
The
with
best people that do this ambassador.
Cool.
Yeah, these are new. I like those.
You know, love the entire reception up here as well. You can see our open dates now.
Yes. So now, what's down this corridor now then?
Down this corridor, so we're going into more of the media school. Oh, see.
More of the media school. We brought Chris along for the pass, of course. This is simply catastrophic.
Oh,
Right.
It's alright,
What we can do is we can make
What we'll do
really
is we'll just...
What should we run?
a pan shot. No. We can make good idle chit chat about what it's like to be at the University of Gloucestershire. So, Chris is new to our campaign today at least. So,
Yeah, you can
we,
ask him questions.
we can pose Chris with those 73 questions we got asked earlier. Will take us just to the door. Well, Chris, so you studied in Cheltenham all the way through your degree.
All my way through,
Okay,
yeah.
and you're in third year now.
I'm in my third year
In
now.
third year now. What has been your highlight, course specific?
Probably because the media school gets involved with what we have put on. Lizzie Arnold,
Yes.
who is an alumni here at the university,
I was there, yeah.
Britain's most, had a talk. They got us television students involved.
Yes.
And I got to be floor manager in that in my second year.
Fantastic.
I got to boss around all the lecturers, all the technicians to say, excuse me, you're not going to be there, you're not going to be there. And that was probably a really nice moment of, I'm looking after a public audience, I'm looking after Lizzie Arnold, who is a 2 times gold medalist, I think?
She is, yes,
That's
Skeleton.
mental.
And I went to that,
Did you?
and she was a really, often it can be quite difficult to sit there and listen to especially really high, down to earth,
Oh, yeah,
cool
she was
and
one.
nice.
I know she used to study here when she was
Just
younger,
did,
so...
yeah, did you do geography? You're going to have to quote, if you're watching this and I've misquoted what you studied, I'm sorry, but I thought it was geography. I could be completely
Oh,
wrong.
I can't remember what it is.
You weren't listening.
We've just covered your favourite moment. So the people who are watching this, who are prospective media students, those who you can weigh into, what has been the biggest challenge that you've overcome and made your degree better as a cause of doing that?
Okay, so last year I got to direct my first documentary as part of my course.
Yeah.
And one of the things is access with these sorts of documentaries. It's finding the right people to interview.
Yeah.
And my documentary was about a wing in the Second World War, which wasn't really much covered. And
Yeah.
it was some British pilots that went over to Russia, basically. One of the things is a lot of these people I wanted to talk to were really, really old. So I had a gentleman who was one of the last pilots in the Battle of Britain. He was about 92, and he was really reluctant to go and interview me. But my lecturers made me write emails,
Yeah.
maybe say the right things on the phone, and I was in there, and I got to go over there, and he told me what to say on the phone to make it.
Same question to you then.
What was the most challenging?
Yeah, the most challenging thing you've done as a cause of your degree that you've gone, I'm glad I managed to do that.
Yeah, I think, and along the similar lines of Chris, you know, working with people, you know, once you get familiar with the software, you can stay by yourself. It's when you branch out of that, when you branch out of the studios and you start interacting with people, you know, on work placements, or, you know, on your own projects. So for, you know, my animation projects, I needed the voices of people, so voices of the public. And then you have to, you know, work with them, and you have to make sure it's, you know, you get the GDPR, so you need to make sure you're protecting their data. And we are.
I'm very jealous because this space is huge, and I mean
Her
huge.
name was Cindy
And
Kane.
this got showcasing some of people's work and so on and so forth.
For Billy, it seemed that the day
This is really a space to do anything. I know that obviously not just the film students are in here, also BBC Introduce and do a show in here each year
Yes,
Yeah.
so for the musicians.
for the musicians, and then like we have TV students who live stream it for them, and music students actually perform on it for them
Yeah, yeah.
and get a shot.
Yeah, for sure. It's a complete collaboration, and it's not just a collaboration with the different students, it's a collaboration with the industry. So you know, BBC staff are here, and I know that's something that Anne Dawson always comments on, is that it's very hard often to tell the difference between the BBC staff and the students, because they're all wearing, you know,
The same crew
the
tops,
same
yeah.
crew tops, and we're all working seamlessly together. And so it's, you know, you can't really tell the difference between what our students are and, you know, industry professionals. So you can build sets, and on my 3 years, during my 3 years here, I've seen a lot of very different, very crazy sets.
I've seen spaceships. I've seen Wild West streets.
Yeah, I saw a house, like they built a house which was, you know, pretty incredible. It had different rooms, it had bathrooms, but in the bathroom there'd obviously been some sort of murder scene, so it was quite gory, and I was like, this looks like a lovely house, and then I was like, oh no, so...
You can make some really realistic things in here. There's a lot of potential. And now with interior design on campus, you can probably get them involved.
Plugging that synergy again. There he is.
Oh yes.
Okay, so guys, you spoke a lot then about the media school specifically and the exposure you've got to the professional world.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's been really high. That sounds really important to what you guys are going to do when you leave this place. Great. That's good.
Yes, that is good. Yeah.
Would you say that's... Okay, top 3 things about the media school and studying within it then. Is that one of them, or have you got others?
Well, we pretty much have loads of stuff, events that go on, like Cheltenham has so many festivals, and the University of Gloucester always takes part in some part of that festival. So we have jazz festivals, literature festivals.
Yeah.
So last week we
Food
had
festival.
David Attenborough, and we had media students shadowing the production company, and we had science students going up and asking a question.
Journalism students.
Yeah, journalism students. We got a free book, and it's signed by David Attenborough himself.
That's so cool.
Really cool.
Should we have a look at the music studio around here?
Oh, brilliant.
So you can see an example of one of the studios. If you're a music student, prospective music student working here, you can have a little look. Hiya.
Hi.
So yeah, just so you can have an idea of the kind of spaces that you would work in. Again, like I said, a lot of collaboration, and also on different courses. You might well have a module in here. So for me in animation, we have one module, so which ran for a term, so about 3 months, where I was in here learning about the basics of music software. So when it came to collaboration, I had a better idea of what to ask for, so I wasn't just using like sort of naive terms. I was using technical terms, and I was able to talk to musicians and get them to know what I wanted from a piece of music, or from sound effects and things like that. So yeah.
The best thing to repeat was making sure you know when you can use these facilities whenever you want, and so many people, like music students, will do their own stuff on the side of their course.
Yes, absolutely.
So they'll come in here, record their own tracks, and release it on Spotify and YouTube.
We may have live evidence of that. Is that what you're doing today?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Poetry in motion.
So he knows it's free, it's 2:30 on a Sunday. He's like, I'm going to come in and make my own work.
Happy days. Well, we'll leave you to it.
All right, thanks. Enjoy.
Oh, and please, I think it's worth noting for the audience at home that Zosie Golding, the Zosie Golding, is immortalised on the wall over there.
Can you zoom
There
in?
you
The picture.
Zosie
around the brown hat.
I love that hat.
Get your filters
It's
out.
definitely my
Have you
hat.
still got that hat?
Oh yeah, I'm never gonna let go of that hat.
Okay, so what's next?
Should we go in the 360 VFX week? We saw this yesterday.
Was this where you were yesterday,
This
Chris?
is where it was.
This is where you were? Yeah, Chris again immortalised your video in here yesterday.
This is amazing.
Okay, this is cool now. You can see the green screen there, you can see the screen of what it looks
See,
like.
I'm on the news now.
So Chris is over there in what we know to be a green screen, yet here he is on what looks like CNN, a very Americanized looking news
We're
set.
covering a tsunami now. We're covering a tsunami. It's coming all the way in.
Chris, no, it looks like My Little Pony. Yeah.
Yeah, so this space, obviously it's cool, but it is used by students. Even for me, as an animation student, I can only talk about what I know, and I've used this space. So we run workshops, because as an animation student, you'll need to learn about green screens, how to key out green backgrounds and things like that. So cool, very cool. Yeah, the space is pretty cool. Have you used this space, Chris?
I have not used this space yet. I'm doing the VFX module this year, and we get to use it at some point.
Yes. I know that for me, we were doing VFX. We were trying to composite different assets into different situations. So basically, what I mean is that I put on a bride's dress. I was literally my mum's wedding dress. I cut it up because I was going to be a ghost bride. So they filmed me here going woo against the green screen, and then what they did is we keyed out the green background. We filmed the lake. And we had me rising up out of the lake, all spooky, like a spooky bride. So
Very majestic.
It was
you say spooky, I say majestic.
yeah. Oh yeah, majestic, of course.
Just so you guys know, I'm currently on the plinth. Yes.
Okay.
Ah,
Truly presenting
digital plinth. Why buy a real plinth?
Why buy a real plinth when you can just make one? out of nothingness.
Let's have a look upstairs.
Upstairs?
Let's have a look at the dubbing suite.
Yeah, the dubbing suite.
Yeah.
Our interactive students actually here getting to look around and getting to speak to our head of media.
Yes, that was insightful. But again, another really, really cool room. Where we go? So this is so the media school's gone under quite a lot of new rooms, construction and stuff recently. Is this one of the new ones, or has this existed before?
So this just came out literally this year.
This is this year's stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Have a look.
Right. So dubbing suite, dubbing theatre. Ooh, it's a cool-
Theatre sounds even better.
It does.
So this is literally an industry standard dubbing theatre. I've been out into Bristol, into post-production houses, where they have their own dubbing. It looks exactly like this. So this is where you'll be sitting, you know what I mean, doing all your thing, making sure the splashing sounds are good, making sure the speech,
all
the
that.
dialogue is good. And then behind you will be sat the important people, like producers and directors, going, yes, that's good, that's good. Through there, the lights are on, so you can't see. At the ADR booth, so the microphones, you can have the voiceover artists and the actors.
Shrek.
Yeah, like ADR, it's Shrek. You can have an ADR, you can have Shrek on the screen, and then
Okay,
he's the
Mike
donkey.
Myers.
Mike Myers. You could have Mike
Well, not-
Myers in there.
I know it's October and stuff, but not like the Mike Myers who's going to literally
Oh yeah,
slash you.
not
But like
Halloween.
Michael Myers and Austin Powers, that kind of guy.
I
Oh,
just
turn
turned it
off.
on.
Oh
but
dear.
no.
Oh dear. Run.
You know what? I'm
Run,
going to turn it off.
run. But yeah, another fantastic room.
Piece of software for the film production students to use.
Yeah, brilliant. Well equipped. So,
Have a look at the. What's the one next door? The surround. It was like the
Oh,
surround.
there's another surround.
yes.
The sound lab, yeah.
Oh. Hi, folks.
Anyone in there? You okay?
Just us.
Just you guys.
Yeah?
Great.
Are we allowed to just do a little bit of a talk? Well, could you tell us about this
Yeah.
room? Do you know about this much about this room?
This is our immersive sound room. So this is a brand new space that's just been delivered for September.
Oh wow.
As you can see, it's full of speakers everywhere. So
I know how many speakers there are in here. It's the only thing I know. Please let me get it out.
Go on.
There are 22 satellite speakers and 2 subwoofers. A 22 and 2 room.
22.2. Yes.
This is the architect of this room.
Indeed.
Oh,
There could be loads
I
of
know
those.
nothing about any of this. That's the only thing I've known. I'll be quiet now. Thanks.
Amazing.
So so the idea about this room is it allows you to explore immersive audio. That's all your R's, your virtual reality, your augmented reality. And yeah, for us, this is just a really exciting new space because I guess it's not that typical or common at all universities to have a space like this, but in terms of working with media production, working with games, and working throughout the media school, that there's lots of opportunities for that. And again, even film where they're dealing with 22.2 is the new kind of spec, as it were, for kind of cinema audio. So again, we're seeing lots of opportunity for that.
And I'm still at home on stereo 2.0. No subwoofer, no nothing.
Nothing. There we go.
That's
Great.
better than 1.0.
Well, thank you very much. That was live to Facebook, by the way. So
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
there we
Thank
go.
you.
We always say that at the end.
Of course, after.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant new room. I know for one of my modules recently, a collaborative module, a recent graduate came in here and showed their surround sound thing they did with one of the local councils. It's a pretty cool space.
Great. Oh, there's a step, guys. Just so you know.
Watch out!
There is a. We're going out this way.
Yeah.
Right. So what is next on our little walkabout?
Well, I mean, I can show you guys where I did my animation. So the animation room is just downstairs. And then, I think
I think we've pretty much
I think we've
we've covered. I mean, there's a lot
really
of
cool
rooms.
interesting rooms.
A lot of rooms that are a lot of labs, basically. So like we showed you with the music lab, and like I'm about to show you with the animation room, you can get an idea for the kind of rooms that we have all across the campus, all across this teaching centre. Loads and loads of rooms with loads of industry standard software and hardware as well for you to use.
Yeah, loads of Macs. All the Macs in the music rooms all have Pro Tools and Logic, and then all of our ones have Avid, which is the industry standard for all the BBC and feature films. So a lot of universities might still use Premiere, might be using new stuff and some smaller stuff, but Avid is what is used by most people.
Are you up, Chris?
Oh, we're open. Oh, this is where they got the cool tablets and stuff.
Yeah. So, example of the animation room.
Oh.
So, we have, like I was saying about industry standard software and hardware, we have tablets that you can draw on, so Wacom tablets.
Yes.
This is a really good example. So this is the kind of thing that I would have been doing. If you're drawing hand frame by frame animation, TV Paint is what we use as one of our softwares. We also have the Adobe suite, so Flash, not Flash anymore, Animate it's called, so you can use that software as well. So industry standard software and hardware in terms of the tablets. So this is where the first years will spend most of their time. Second years as well, we'll have lectures in here. And there's another space for third years, which is sort of like a separate building. But this is just another example of the kind of spaces.
This is a really cool room.
Yeah, I know. We had light boxes as well, but they're not here. They're in the other room. Anyway, so I reckon that's probably it for the media sort of areas.
Yeah.
We've shown you
Lots of the interesting rooms.
Yeah.
by all means.
definitely, and sort of giving you an idea of the kind of rooms and kind of spaces that you'll be in. I think that's
But you should definitely pop on down to a
Yeah.
future open day and speak to the actual lecturers who teach in these rooms and find out what you can get involved in. And what you
Touch the kit yourselves, play with it, figure it out.
yeah, absolutely.
That's the reason you guys should be here. These are fantastic to walk around and just do a live tour with you guys, but it's nowhere near as good as you sitting in the chair, doodling and drawing. I just drew Chris. It looked like a potato. Not because of what Chris looks like, because of me drawing. Anyway, that might be it then.
So
Bye.
open days in November. So book one and come and see
If
what
you
it's
like
like.
I want to say 10th.
November 10th.
10th of November, I think, but
We'll
check.
caption it. It's
Asterisk for checking, 10th of November. Bye.
Okay, we'll see you later.